You tell me when you begin.
Right now we begin. Hey everybody, how you
Okay,
doing?
right. If my yeah, okay, I show you some posters. Not only my face is my work is on my graphic designer. So
Okay. So you
okay,
good. So she's got a this is Sister Tanya Yao. She's a graphic artist. She's from France. She is truly a wonderful, wonderful person. What she does for the people, the education she tries to give out, the information is right on point. So do you want to just take it from here, sister?
yes, yes,
All right. So show us what you got.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Then for the second time, I give you thank you to invite me on your show, radio on the YouTube, to expose the subject Maroon resistance in slavery in bondage, and I expose some design, realizing with the computer layout, layout work, and to show three parts of Maroon.
Okay.
The first part is the territory where they fight, where the African people uh, uh, come
Right.
in the deportation during slavery. This is the first part, and it's called West Hemisphere.
Western Fair.
West Hemisphere.
Oh,
You
Western
can
Fair.
call all Africa, yes, the West Hemisphere.
Mm.
And I use that word from Fidelia Gala, a Surinamese woman who does declaration about Maroons and their fights and their right to the like indigenous people.
Mm. Mm.
Voilà. Like in the first part, I do posters about indigenous people in America, all in America, North, South, and Caribbean area. And they call them American or Indian
Right.
in all America. Their background, because they inherited some uh, coutume, they inherited some views about another population came from in America, uh, from Africa
The Omex.
before, yeah, before slavery.
Yes. Before.
They, yes, and they concentrate themselves in the what they say the Mesoamerica, it's the Mexican Gulf,
Correct.
you know, in the Pacific Ocean. And this is the first part. Who birthed some nation, Maya, Aztec, you know,
Wow.
and they use the same background, spiritual background, like pyramid.
Yes. The pyramids. And we built
Yeah,
them. We built the
in the
pyramids.
part of America. They some civilization birthed from Africa before Columbus, and in that book,
Mm. They came before Columbus. The book by Ivan Van Sertine.
yeah, the Africa present in ancient America.
The African presence in ancient American.
Presence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the history that we need to hear about. This is the other side of the story we've been told. The
Yes,
Omex.
true.
We have been here. You know, brothers like Dan Calloway tries to share this information. Sister like kind of tries to share this information, but no one's hearing it. You guys are not hearing it. She has the pictures. She puts together the presentation. This is truly
Yes,
our
thank you.
planet.
And this civilization is the old civilization of America. They call them the people Olmec. Olmec.
Yes, the
And
Olmec.
this is the same face
Right.
of African people who present the book They Came Before Columbus.
Wow. Wow.
This is the first part. After you have some migrate by force with slavery, African people like slaves.
Yes.
But before, in this part of America, there is the African population mixed with the Indian population, Amerindian, and you can show the Indian of the north, like the name is Cherokee, Sioux, Cheyenne. In the south,
wow,
too. Yes. And in the Caribbean, we have used some words like Arawak people, Kalinago people, Carib, Tainos, from West Indies, what they call today West Indies.
The Caribbeans, the Caribbean,
the Caribbeans, yeah. But before they called America, they called them Tahana.
They called them what again?
Tahana, Tarana. Tahana. This is the first name of the America when African migrate in this part of the part of area of the world.
Wow.
Yes, in America. And this is the first part of my work, because today that population will stay in their part of their home, like the Indian of Brazil.
Yes, of Brazil.
They became like Maroons in their lands,
fighting colonizers, fighting oppression, fighting for freedom.
Yes, for the wood, for the a lot of wealth they get in their land.
Yes. That's the whole game of colonization. You go to the nation, you subvert the people, and then you take all the wealth out of the nation, and then you turn around and sell it back to the people you took it from.
Yes. And this is the work I work a little, very little with Fidelia, the Surinamese, to work with the indigenous people. And you see the link and the consequences of slavery on that population. Or you come by force with slavery.
Yes.
Or they kidnap their lands and want to follow a way of life. It's not for them. Right. And they became Maroons, indigenous people in their lands.
So they took the land, and the people can no longer hunt, fish, or live on the land like they traditionally do.
Yeah, there is some poison in the source of life, in the water, in the river. So, voilà. But it's not my subject. That is Maroons. And this is the first part. The second part, when the slavery came, automatically when they have slavery, they have resistance of slavery. Voilà. And like there is Nani. a famous Maroon, Jamaican Maroon woman, and she came from Ghana.
From Ghana.
And in Jamaica, there is two camps of Maroons in Jamaica. The first is Motown, and the second is Nanny Town.
Motown. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Motown and Nanny Town. This is the camp.
Wow.
And they get their lands like Suriname, like Jamaican, 100 before the abolition of slavery.
Wow.
Yeah, because they fight and they get with the governor of the state of that period. They get some rights.
They finally get
There
human
is
basic
no
rights.
country. There is a few countries who get their lands and live what they want to live. Jamaica, Suriname. In Trinidad, there is not all the country, but the part of the country. And that people who fight like black freedom fighters,
right?
They get them, they give them the villages in Trinidad and Tobago, and they live during the slavery like they want, like free men.
Free men.
Yeah, they call them American.
Now, did the Moors, or not the Moors, but the Maroons, did the Maroons ever go, a part of them ever go like farther into South America or maybe even back to Africa?
You asked me to back to Africa?
Right.
Yes, I think some of them have no really information about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Some of the society I study is Maroons, like I say, Nani. The famous of one is Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
You know Harriet Tubman in the USA, abolitionist and
a freedom fighter. Know. She was a freedom fighter.
Is freedom fighter. Run away. She ran away.
And one thing that people don't realize, Harriet Tubman carried a gun with her. So all of those people talking about guns are bad, if it wasn't not for the gun, Harriet Tubman would not have been able to do what she did.
Yeah, because they refused to not be a man or woman.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have a famous in Guadeloupe. It's a Solitude, and she ran away in the plantation to get to stay with the refugee, and they fight against state, like Duty Bookman for the ceremony of Wakaïman in Haiti. They knew he knew for the spiritual power, like African descendants. And he do a ceremony before the insurrection of slave of Maroon to stop slavery in Haiti, the first republic.
Man, I look at these pictures, sisters, that you put together. I look at all this information, and it's just the pain and the sorrow of what those people had to go through and what we're going through today to try to get to liberation.
Today, there is a lot of people who want to know them roots.
Yes.
And they're very proud to know slavery is abolished with insurrection. Also insurrection, and only, I would have to say only
Peace, peace.
Pete, we got a caller. We got a person call in, and it's brother A1. Brother, you still on the line? Can you hear him?
Yeah. I'm right here. Brother.
Oh, you have some other people. Okay.
Yes, I called in on the show. Awesome.
Yes, good.
You have a question for her, brother?
Yeah, I got a question, right? So ask her, was the Maroons African slaves?
Did you hear that, sister?
Yes, true. Of course.
So when it's all right, so look, this is my understanding of it. It was already black people on all of the Caribbean islands from Canada all the way to Argentina, and all of the conjoining islands all had black people. The Maroons wasn't brought there by no Spaniards. The Spanish called them Maroon because when they came, they went further into a territory where the boats couldn't go. Now, when the English take over the area, which is Jamaica or the Virgin Islands,
brother
or
A,
you want to
brother
it,
A1, slow down. Don't forget.
Yeah, you have Somalians. You're right.
She
Because
she
you have
speaks
Somalians
French.
in Maroon and other to fight others.
Was it black people in Americas before any Africans came in?
Yes.
Okay, so how do we know that the Maroons wasn't already there? You can't trace the Maroons to Africa. The Maroons, the only reason, and I'm gonna tell you something else that a lot of people don't know. When the English take over, because all right, the Spanish had it first. The Spanish had the Caribbean first. The Spanish lost the Caribbean, I'm gonna say mid 1600s, right? And then the British take over, right? But one thing what we know about the British, when the British get there, they set up a treaty with the Maroons to get the Maroons land. When they set up a treaty with them, you know where they sent them? They sent them to Nova Scotia. You got Maroons that's in Sierra Leone right now that was sent from Jamaica to Nova Scotia and was sent over to Sierra Leone along with indigenous people who was already in Canada. It was already black people in Canada already. Just like up and down. And I'm going to say one thing, brother, True Power, man. I watch this shit. I watch the channel all the time. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. Your man Mark from Anaheim said some genuine stuff the other day. He know damn well it was black people. He's from South Carolina. The man from Beaufort County in South Carolina said that the Yamasee Indians were Negroes. And he said that the so-called black population that's in South Carolina predates Columbus, and saying that they was already there. So I don't know how he's from South Carolina.
You're right. You're right. But when I for 4 years I tried to understand the word of Maroons, and you have today some Maroon society like Guyana, like Suriname, like Brazil, and they go on to live. You're right. Some people get lands to.
But you know what the biggest thing? Too, what I wanted to say this. The biggest myth and the biggest lie is when they tell you that these people died. So if you telling me that the indigenous people of the land couldn't survive, but you could bring Africans on boats that would have had all types of diseases, and they would kill this guy right off the boat and work. Are we stupid? Like, for real? Bro, let's be for real, bro. If you got people urinating, defecating, and having admission cycles all on the boat right next to you, what kind of biomatter is that going to create? That's going to create something that can kill a whole boat. Okay? They wasn't using bleach or disinfectant back then. All that stuff would have been building up all these chemicals. So you want me to believe that the indigenous people who was in this land, okay, they could not survive the diseases, but you could bring Africans here and they was able to go. They lying, bro. They enslaved the people. And I'm gonna tell you something. No, I'm starting to reconsider as ever being a slave, because the word slave is dealing with Europeans, and you have to take into consideration that they did a thing called Reconstruction. What do you think Reconstruction was about? Reconstruction was about to tell you that you were the slave and that they had you in power as opposed to the white people being slaves. It's a great book if you guys wanted to check it out. They was white and they were slaves by Michael Hoffman. He tells you. Now we can play it from them angles. Maybe the white man saying that to take the slave off of us. Maybe he's saying that to give white people some type of reparations, or maybe he's saying it because it was the truth. Because he said in the 1700s there was no black slaves.
Wow.
In America. Now I'm gonna tell you another thing. On the 1860 census, man, the 1860 census, the enumeration to the U.S. Marshals, bro. They said all Indians not living on reservations, living within state territory, are to be classified as colored. Who are the colored people?
We are.
Okay, then who was Martin Luther King fight for? The colored people. And then what they did was, this was in 1860. So, and then what they did in 1900s, they really beefed it up. Because you had, before Walter Plecker started to apply it in Virginia, they already did it in 14 states, man. They did it in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia,
I hear about plaçage.
Huh? Did I get?
No, sister.
I hear about plaçage. Plaçage when they want to abolish the slavery in America, and there are few white planters and a lot of women, black women like slavery. They want to do a program. They do a program to the people became white, and then the name is le plaçage. It's like some little houses, and they put the black woman, and they do some babies with the white planters.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, she said she's a friend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me ask you
This is the word
about friend, right? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah.
But really, it's really different because
I
in
want to ask you a
America
question
is
about friends, right?
Oh, she went.
I'm starting to think
a
that
Greek land.
Toussaint was Napoleon. I'm starting to think that Toussaint was Napoleon because Toussaint got the same hat that Napoleon was wearing. Now, a lot of people don't know that the French was black at that point in time. The French that came to Illinois and came to St. Louis, them was black French people. There wasn't no white people.
Black French people?
I don't even think Napoleon was white. I'm thinking Napoleon was a Negro. Tell if the English was, listen, the English was black. People don't even know that. The English that came here was not the British, and the English that came here was not white people. Because white people wasn't even in charge. White people didn't come and get in charge until the 1800s. So when you start talking about King George and Queen Charlotte, them was black people.
What?
Yes. But I know you cool with Mark from Anaheim. I try to get in contact with this brother and show, listen, bro, they got black. Let me tell you something. There's a book called America's in its earliest depiction, right?
Right.
That's basically in 1670 something, right? They showing you all the black people who was here. These people got afros. These people ain't got no straight hair. These people is us. But for some reason, they don't want you to know that. I mean, we can sit here and pick the reasons why they don't want you to really know it.
Right.
But my thing is this. If you know that Indians was classified as colored, now think about it like this, right? They said all Indians that wasn't living on a reservation. So think about this. So that would have been every Indian that didn't go to Oklahoma that stayed in the South. Or every black person that stayed in the South that didn't go to Oklahoma, because that was the Indian reservation. So they classified all those people as colored that was already in the South, man. All of them. Every black person got somebody in their family that said they're Indian. Whether it's on both sides, it could be on all three of your grandmother's side, or all three of your father's mother, your father's father, your mother, your mother's father. Then it could go down to her ancestors. We hear this all the time, but we laugh about it and chuckle and be like, I heard that, because you never seen what an Indian looked like.
So you're suggesting, brother A1, that Indians look like me and you?
I'm not telling you Indians, but you is an Indian. I'm not telling you look like no Indian. You are the Indian. If you got the last name Evans, Jones, Jackson, Robinson, Roberts, you are the Indian. That's it. It ain't no other. We're not suggesting that Indian. We're suggesting that the Indians who was originally here in the South. I mean, in the remember, they come to Virginia first, man. When they come to Virginia, they got a statue of King Powhatan. They have a statue of what King Powhatan like in the Virginia Historical Society. This man is 7 foot tall, dark brown with a damn afro, and with a feather crown on his head, with beads and like other little jewelry hanging from him. And they got him in the Virginia Historical Society. So when you match that figure, you start looking like, oh, wait a minute. We got the same thing on that these African slaves supposed to have that on. The same feather crown, the same kilt of feathers on. Because what they was doing was they was having other tribes fight other tribes so they can imprison them. But you got to understand this too, man. What was the first industrial what's the name in America? It was the agriculture, right?
Right.
The Europeans ain't know nothing about agriculture. The only way that they knew how to do agriculture because we had Benjamin Banneker had to write the almanac to help them. The almanac wasn't for us; it was for them. We already knew the science of the solar system of when spring came, fall, and summer. We knew that already. The Europeans didn't know, so the Europeans gonna go snatch up millions of Africans and bring them over here and teach them to do something that they never did.
Wow. When you say it like that,
quick,
it doesn't quite make sense. How could you do that?
But look, check this out. This checks out too, right? Look, where did they come first? Christopher Columbus supposedly came to Santo Domingo. When Christopher Columbus comes to Santo Domingo, you hear the stories or whatever, right? But what they not telling you is that Christopher Columbus took people back to Europe with him. When they pop up in Europe, they call them Negro de Terra, Negroes from the new land. So you mean tell me so it was Negroes on them islands already before you got there? And we prove it because it's in the book of the slaves from Seville, Spain. When Columbus go back, so when Columbus go back to Europe, all of the European powers, like I said, a lot of them was mulattoes, the majority of them was black, but a lot of the people we already knew about the Americas because they had the map to get here, man.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna tell you something else real quick to break something down. The pyramids and the structures in America is older than any structure that's in Africa. Whoever built the pyramids in Egypt came from the Americas and built them.
Hold on.
It wasn't
A1, say that again. Hey, brother A1, say that again, slowly.
Okay, the Americas had one of the oldest structures and the oldest pyramids on the planet. But no one studies the Americas. No one studies them. Sube Kuru got the oldest pyramid. And you look up Tenochtitlan. Tenochtitlan is Mexico City. And it's sitting on a peninsula like Dubai is. If you look at it, you'll see that it's a man-made island. And it ain't nothing but pyramids and everything. Tenochtitlan or whatever, which is Mexico City. And if you look up Leo Weiner and all these people, they tell you. Now, what they want to say is that Africans came there and built that city. But no, that's not true. Africans could not come here and build something that they never built. When you see these Olmec heads, they ain't come from no Africa. They was already here. But you find no Olmec heads in Africa. Now, where we supposed to be from in West Africa, there is no structure. There's no pyramids there. There's no nothing. So how did people no, they lying to us. America has the oldest pyramids. They way older than Africa. Got 320 pyramids, and that's only in Sudan and Egypt. Okay, America got over 100,000. They just found 60
over 100,000.
I'm sorry, say again.
You said over 100,000 pyramids.
Over 100,000, bro. Over 100,000. Yes.
Wow.
And look, let me tell you something. No, they just found 60,000 structures in Guatemala, which they had to use the latest technology to look through the under the jungle. And this place had we had roadways, we had canals, we had aqueducts, we had all this stuff. The number 0 was founded in America.
Dang.
The number 0 was created in the Americas. It was not created in Africa. But yet, like I tell you, no one wants to talk about this stuff. No one studies the America. Everybody is Africa, 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 Africa. Now, I also got a book called The Last Golden Book of the Mayas, right? And it tells you, it said with a great cataclysm about 24,000 years ago, right? And then what it said, they said that it wiped out the most population that was in so-called Africa, right? It said 10 to 7 to populate Nigeria and other parts of Africa, bro. Like, you've never heard this before. So you telling me it was Negroes already in Central America 7,000 years ago, and these Negroes went over to Africa and populated over there?
Yeah, they're exactly saying that.
And not to mention the something that they found in Brazil. Now, Lucia is the oldest skeleton that they found. They found 81 other ones to go with it. Now, even the guy who put it together, Dr. Neves, right? He said it's the Negro. So now they want you to believe that these can be important Africans from Africa to Brazil. No, the people was already there. It was already there. We can easily prove it. And skeletons that they find in South America, they said that they either Australian or they African. Now remember, that's what they say they African, and they say that they resemble the people over there, not meaning they are really African.
Dang. Hold on one second, man. The NSA
I don't know what people talking about. Like I don't know Mark from Anaheim would say that was black. And like I said, when you mentioned Dan Calloway is a friend of mine. But they don't go as far as as far as we go back. We go way. I do the anthropology. I do the pyramids. I do the other structures. I study the Americas. Period. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I know for a fact all of the Southeast tribes. We say Southeast, we talking about in our neck of the woods in the South.
Right.
All of them tribes was already there, and the original Indians that's living there are now classified as African Americans, and this is a fact.
You know, brother A1, you said Dan Calloway's your buddy, your friend. Is there any way you can help me get him on the show?
I could definitely try. I mean, like you're a good guy, so I can definitely try to get him. You got my number right here, right?
Yeah, I got your number.
What I can do is I could possibly call him on call him, and then we could have like a conference call. You could talk to him first. You know what I'm saying? So just when we get off the phone, text me whatever number you want me to call you from, and I can see if, like I said, I give him a call, and eventually you'll talk. Eventually we'll get it. Sometimes I have it. Sometimes I can't get in contact with him the first time, but eventually we'll get him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, like, I'm not like this stuff. I'm not making none of this stuff up because it's all.
No, it's the brother. It's the way you're presenting it. It's the way you're presenting it. You can't,
hold up, wait a minute. I
can't
thought there were no black people here. Why do all the images? You got an image called the emblem of America.
Brother A1, slow down though. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. People, I understand how fast you're going, but you got to understand there's people from all over the world.
I got that. My bad. I'm talking fast. My bad.
But I get what you're saying. I feel your passion. I feel your spirit. But what you're saying is highly important. But I don't want to detract from Sister Kanye from France because she's doing so much, brother. And there is a little bit of a language barrier. She speaks French. I speak English. But we're trying to do this for the love of the people.
No doubt. Look. I'm gonna let y'all do your thing, but just make sure. Like I said, the French is a very interesting thing because when you start looking at Magellan and you start looking at some of these other people that came from France, like you guys, they knew it was already black people here. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest secrets that they don't want to. That's why they keep in our name. But for somebody to say, I don't know, Janice Lewis. You saying Ado? You saying American descendants of slaves? You don't even know what the word slave means. The word slave means flowers. That's a Slovenian.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
The European way, because the first Maroon insurrection I found in the story is between the church, the Ottoman Empire,
Yes.
as slave like Kenyan.
Mm.
And you can find in the internet, for me is my way of researching, that term slave used in European words when the slavery was is their way of life.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have the insurrection of Zanj, is ZAND, of Jordan. And you look like on internet and you see it's between the 7th century until 11th century.
Wow.
And there is some rebellion about that people who are the first, not maybe the first, but in that time of the time, the 7th century was exist not in Africa and in the West Indies or America, but in the Turkish Empire.
Now you're talking about the Ottoman Turk Empire or Turkey?
Yeah,
or
and this is the first Maroon, the rebellion of Zanj people.
Mm.
Yes, but the word slave not became for the transatlantic slaves.
I'm sorry, sister. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Her name is Kanya.
Konaya. Oui.
Can you?
Slowly,
I'm gonna keep going.
because
I
I
just
don't
want to just
speak
say
a lot in English.
one more thing, right? Can you give them the definition of what the word maroon is? Because people think the word maroon is a group of people, but the word maroon is a condition. The word maroon
is what I found when I do my research. Because for the Ministry of Suriname, who now is defending the indigenous people, because she writes the declaration of Maroon woman, and she claimed that Maroons not also run away.
That's right.
Maroons
it's the condition to free thyself, right?
Today,
the word
in
maroon means
2019,
from bondage.
who get some consequences of slavery. They call Maroons.
Okay.
It's like for
but that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think the word maroon is connected to the word Moor when it's not. It don't have nothing to do. The word maroon was a condition. If you look up what the word maroon is, plus look up the word maroon, you will see that it would say that.
I found a meaning, and they call them in the book of Tarana. Tarana is a book. The writer is Patendiai, and he say when African people, then they came before Columbus at that part of time of the history, when they leave Africa with their boats, not with slavery, to migrate in the part of America, they call them Maran. The Maran people. Maran, like people who go out south. I don't know in what kind of language or the name of language of African language. I don't know. But from West Africa, they migrate in America and they call them Maroon. What the writers say is what the writers say. Maroon, for like exiled people. But it was a choice of them. Mm. And that exile became the Mesoamerique. And look at the internet, the Mesoamerique. It is the first inhabited of people in America. They live in Mexico, in what they call today Mexico. And they migrate in all America, but there is some Amerindian people who live there. And they create some alliance for the rebellion because the colonial slave master, attack one the the territory of Indians, and also the Maroons who escaped from plantation to do alliance with the indigenous people. And today, Fidelia or others was to represent and defend the rights of the indigenous people. In their declaration, they say, blood has run. So some of part of people take, for example, West Indies, the Beke people take some land, sorry, and they do some treaty. That land is mine. You know, in Jamaica, in Guadeloupe, Martinique, that land is mine now. And in 2019, they have all in the country. They have shop. They have all of the structure. You can't. And you have the descendant of Maroon.
Wow.
Okay, that's deep. That's deep. Hey,
so for say Maroon, when I begin my research, I just look for one Maroon in that country, Nani. What Maroon in that country, Solitude. What Maroon in America, Frederick Douglass. But the meaning for me, Maroons was runaway, the people who escaped from plantation.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's just like that. But now is another meaning. You have some society in Guyana, Suriname. They call them Bushinengue, and there is 6 tribes. They belong to 6 tribes, and the all of tribes called Bushinengue. And they escaped before became slaves in Guyana, French Guiana, and Suriname. And they call them Maroons because they never submitted slavery. And they live in the forest, they live near the river. They refuse in Guyana. They use boats, not car, not, you know. And they call them Maroons too.
No doubt, yeah. But the meaning of it means to set oneself free of bondage. That's, I mean, it's basically, you like you say, runaway slave. But what I got out of it was to set thyself free from bondage. I got one. I just want to address one person. I know this probably just as proper as Sister Janice. Sister Janice, I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is the real deal. We was already here. We did not come from no Africa. We not no ADOS. If anything, we would be American prisoners of war before we would be American descendants of slaves. Because look, my brother, True Power. You get a chance.
Yeah,
go to an etymology dictionary. You get a chance. You can find an etymology line and look the word slave up. You ain't gonna see it says nothing about any Africans being brought from Africa. You gonna see it don't say nothing about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's what they write. What people write in the Declaration of Maroons for the meeting at the
Slavs was the people that the Moors imprisoned. When you see them harems over there in Europe, and you see the Moors with these women, these white women, them are Slavs. The Moors enslaved the Slavs. The Slavs are a group of ethnicity.
Yes, you're right. Europe. You're right, because you have some parts of America
it ain't got nothing to do with no black people. It ain't got nothing to do with you think that when you see the word slave, they have a black African American face up. Like, no. The word Slav come from the word for the Slavic people. You have black people. Listen, let me think about this real quick. Just real quick, right? Think of this, right? William Ellison, right? You had a black man named William Ellison, right? which in 1860, William Ellison owned more slaves. He was a black man who owned more slaves than any white person. How is that possible? From the way we see things, you would think that the white people would have went in there and took over his property. What stopped white people from taking over his stuff?
What?
Or taking his stuff? What stopped them?
What stopped them?
I don't know what stopped them, because I think that what I'm trying to tell you is that I got a book called The Forgotten Cause of Civil War, which tells you that the real reason Civil War was the labor dispute, but also was to free the white slaves.
Wow.
And people don't listen. How do you think about this? They tell you that they brought you from Africa here. They tell you that you was a slave, that you was never going to be. Now, how you got all these free black people set there? How did you set yourself free? How did you set that? Because we was already free, man. When you look at the census, it say free person of color, and then it say all other free people, free white people, free white women, and free white men. So how you got all these free people of color, and they not running around enslaving them and putting them back on the plantation? Unless we was already free. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to go back and look at Reconstruction. What was Reconstruction about? Why did they reconstruct it? Why are they not telling you the first 7 presidents of the so-called of the United States was black people? Why are they not tell you the Iroquois Confederacy is who made the Constitution, which was the great law of peace? The Constitution is ours. We the Iroquois, the Algonquin, we all of that. But people, you got people on here, you went to these European institutions, the same Europeans taught a lot of these Pan-African scholars. All of these Pan-African scholars that put this old Africa thing and all of this, that, and the third, they was all taught by them.
Wow. Wow.
They was all taught by them. Dr. Ben, Ivan Van Sertima, John Henry Clark. Regardless of what they come with, they was all taught by them. If you don't know that it was already black people in America, then you behind. I don't know what to tell you. I'm talking about, listen.
Tell us the truth, brother. A1, tell us the damn truth.
I'm telling you, hundreds of millions of black people was already here, brother. And then I'm going to tell you something else. Where you can find the remains of your ancestors in the South are the mounds that's down there. The mounds that's down there in the South are where we was burying the dead at. But that's where you can find most of your ancestors that was in the South. But you know what they do? They cover these mounds up. They build over these mounds. All of those mounds in the South are sacred land. But these people come and build over them. They go dig in them and take the bodies and destroy the body or destroy the remains of it. When Thomas Jefferson is supposed to be the so-called father of anthropology, right? When he excavated one of these mounds, he found 1,000 bodies in it, in one mound. In
1,000?
one mound, they found 1,000 bodies in South Carolina.
Jesus.
So, I mean, I don't know who the young lady is or whatever. You need to revamp your history and just fact check what I'm saying. We're not no American descendants of no damn slaves. We're not allowed to.
You got to slow down, A1. You got to realize there is a language barrier. We have to slow down. I know you're used to talking fast, and I get it.
My bad, my brother. I'm sorry about that. But the word slough, word slave, is because of the so many sloughs sold by conquering people. The word slavery was created. It has nothing to do with no black people who coming from Africa. But you wouldn't know that. And look, like I said, I got 3 European so-called college degrees. But what, like my professor told me, you get 2 educations in your life. You get the one that's dictated and taught to you, then you get the one that you search on your own. Right. What I'm telling you right now is research of what I put together. And it ain't just my research. You got scholars telling you this same stuff. You got scholars telling you this same stuff. I just told you the mayor of Beaufort County in 1901. In 1901, the mayor of Beaufort County in South Carolina, he said the Yamasee Indians were Negroes. Straight up. That's it. He said the Yamasee and the Tuscarora are the same Indians, man. But the Yamasee and then the Tuscarora, what happened was they tried to so-called it put them as prisoners of war, according to some of the history. Now, like I said, the history is still kind of shaky with some of the stuff, though. But they went into the South and became the Seminoles. Now, you would think to yourself like this, right? And with all this mixing that they claim that's going on, how did the Seminoles remain to be black? How can they say, oh, we got black Seminoles? How? When they would have been mixing with the same women. So they had particularly black women with them? No, they was already black.
Wow. This is...
They said they were so scared of the Seminoles.
Go ahead, sister.
They were so scared of the Seminoles.
You know a lot of things about the U.S. Yeah.
No, see, this is what this is about. We're literally on the show bringing together two people, actually three, including myself in the Midwest, from two different continents. But we're doing this as a labor of love. We're doing this as education. Because I already know YouTube's going to demonetize my videos for whatever reasons, because I don't believe in disrespecting women. I don't believe in killing babies. I don't believe in disarming citizens. I don't believe in having to say, Yao's a boss.
That's right.
I believe in liberation for humanity. And both of these two individuals, and thank you, Brother A1, for calling in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hold on, we got another caller. Hold on 1 second. Caller,
hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
There's a caller coming. I don't understand why. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, sister and brothers. This is now. Hold on 1 second. I gotta restart the Magic Jack for the call-in line. Once again, the NSA, FBI. I noticed there's been a lot of gargling and juggling on this video. All right, but we're gonna do this because this is important. Listen, this sister has spent hours with us today for how much, Yao? How much are you being charged to watch the damn show? $0 for free. And I'm so humble. Thank you, sister, for coming on and sharing with us your labor of work. She could be doing anything. Okay. She's off work right now. This is her time off, and she chooses to be on the show with us today. Because I asked her last week, will you come back on the show? And she's like, I'm going to get some time off. And she got time off from work to put food on her table, to feed her babies, to feed her family, to share her information with us. And I just want to tell you, thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay. I give you thank you because it's great to share, it's great to learn, it's great to spread.
Yes. And it's great to share because you have a lot of information. Yes, and I know there's a little language thing. And like I told her before we went live, I'm going to try to learn French so that we can communicate better. And it would increase my boundaries because then I can I can speak better with Roman Light, because Roman Light comes on the show from the Yellow Vest movement. And I don't really know the full dynamics between the Yellow Vest movement and the black folks over there. I don't know how do the Yellow Vest people treat black folks in France. I need to learn the French language so I can read the blogs, so I can read some French books, so I can get some French understanding.
You know, I found a lot of people in English, not in French.
Who?
Really in English. There is a lot of movie is in English, books is in English.
Hold on.
And I found some information about Martinique, Guadeloupe, the French. Sorry for what the man said. You're right. It's strange to be French and black, you know.
That's. Voilà. I'm calling back to caller.
But I look for a lot of information in English.
Yes. I'm sorry. Brother A1, you're there?
Okay.
Yeah. You can call me Ahano. My name is Ahano. But
Ahano. Brother Ahano. I don't know if you caught this, but I just want to tell you sincerely from bottom of my heart, thank you for calling this, because this makes the show complete now. Both of you two makes the show complete. I want you to both understand this. It took millions of years for this conversation us three's having today. And we don't know. How did that drop? He's here. I think he's here now. Oh my God, they're messing with my computer, yeah. Hold on. This brother's trying to get back on. I'm trying to get brother.
Okay, you said the show is up now?
No. We're still live. I'm trying to get the brother back on the line. And it's like my computer's freezing. Now I'm getting upset. Because you two were complimenting each other. You two were complimenting with the information. And this is, oh, come on. Hold on. I'm sorry, sir. I'm getting upset. I hate when technology does not work. Hold on.
Yes, I'm
going to call him again and trying. This is crazy. I never had this level. Of. I was just saying that you two are completing the show. You two are truly complimenting each other with the information. And I was trying to give you thanks for being brave enough to call into the show today. And I want to continue this. This line of thought is much needed. All right. And, I know that you're a busy man. You got things to do. But once again, Brother Ahano, thank you for sharing your time with me and Sister Kanya.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my God. It's gone again. The phone. Oh, my God. Hold on. Stop. I'm going to call him on my cell phone. I'm calling brother on my cell phone because this conversation will not be stopped. Just bear with me, folks. This is not unusual for this show. This is not unusual for this particular show. Hold on. This could be a different circuit. He probably won't recognize this number, so he might not pick up, yeah. Oh, right on. I had to call you from my personal cell phone because this conversation is not going to be stopped. For whatever reason, I'm just going to unplug my magnet jack, so there's no call in. I'm unplugging it because the boys who are monitoring this show, they're probably going nuts. They're like, no, we can't let these peasants get this information out, because don't forget, yeah, brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be peasants. And these two brothers and sisters on the line today are teaching us about our true liberation. They're teaching us about our power if we unite and activate this thing under correct information, not misguided information. Because we have been indoctrinated to such a degree that's hard for us to make clear and concise choices. Now, brother and sister, will you guys please continue the conversation about the Moors?
Hey, real quick, brother TruePower. You're in Missouri, right?
Right.
Have you never been to Cahokia? You never seen the?
Yeah, I seen the Cahokia mounds, and I have Indian relics where I live. I went to a state park and made a video where we showed how people made the swirling sign in the sand, in the rock, or in the sand that became rock. We show other actual petroglyphs out here. I always felt.
You said petroglyphs are older than hieroglyphs.
Exactly.
So but check this out. So look, what I was going to say to the sister, a lot of people don't know. The Naged The NAG says Indian, which with all up and down. Now remember, the word Indian only means Nino Indio. That means the children of God. That's what they apply to. Don't let them tell you that Columbus thought he was in India, because India did not exist in the 1400s. It was called Hindustan. So he knew where he was coming at. He said, we're going to reconquer Jerusalem, or what he fought with him, Hebrew speaking people. They found Hebrew and Phoenician all in the Americas. All in the Americas. They found, look, I'm going to tell you one of the oldest ones they found, which is called the Desolate Stone. They found the Desolate Tablets, and you had the Desolate Stones, which was found in Ohio. Which they pulled it out one of the mounds. And when they pulled it out, it's the man in the little, it was in a little box, and it was a man, and it had Paleo Hebrew, right? Now they don't want you to know that, because Paleo Hebrew will tell you that the oldest form of Hebrew was found in America. So if it was found in America, what is that over there? And I'm not even going to say no names, but the Chiaki or the Adiyawanya or the Saudi, we spoke Hebrew too. And they know that. When you look at the writings in America, you see Hebrew. You don't see no vowels. You see Y's, and you see all. You don't see vowels, or you don't see the regular I can't get it out right now. But trust and believe that. I'm telling you, I'm a researcher, and what I found about America blew my mind. We find Anubis over here. You find a pyramid 2,500 feet under Cuba. 2,500 feet underwater under Cuba. So somebody went there and built it. Come on now. We gotta start doing research. You gotta stop letting everything you was taught by the people, by the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Carnegies. Every school we went to was controlled by them.
Wow.
So you never had no liberation and thing. And then when you do find stuff that it does not add up with the stuff you was taught in school, you sit there and say, well, you think these people was gonna tell you the truth? You think they was gonna tell you the truth about? You think they was gonna tell you that when they got here? And there's another good book. It's called The Primitive Nations of America, right? And the book is by Samuel Constantine Raffinquay, right?
Right.
Samuel Constantine Raffinquay tells you the description of all the people we got here. He said the people here was tawny, they was reddish brown, they was olive color. Now, what colors do olives come in? We know they come in green. You've never seen a green person before. So you would have to expect that it's either the brown olive or the black olive. Okay? So, and he even say, and we even find Negroes here. The Negro type here. So he's telling you. So he's telling you. It also said, long before Columbus got here, America had runways, canals, castles, mausoleums, aqueducts, cities that was 28 miles long. Yo, you don't know nothing about America. They want you to think America to some primitive place. It wasn't, according to the people who got here and according to what they've seen. A lot of these buildings that sit up in these places have always been here. When they came here, they found buildings here. Now, how was we building buildings if we were primitive people living in teepees? The people you see out there in the Midwest are Mongoloids. Them are not our ancestors. Our people are still in the South and still up and down where we always been. Them Mongoloid looking Native Americans, they are not us. They tell you they found two people. They found people who resemble Negro, and they found people who resemble Mongolian. So they know we was already here. But you have to know that. And like I said, after you know this, and when you start telling people who you are, they don't disrespect you. I go in the courtroom all the time. They already know who I am. They already know who I am. They already know I'm American Indian. I'm not taxed. They already know. They don't give me no hard time. They go in there, respect me to the fullest, dismiss my matters and everything. But you Negroes go up in there and they burn. And I be thinking they're looking and trying to help people, but they don't want to listen. They go in there, so I just be sitting back watching the show like, look, I'm trying to tell you what you need to do. You don't want to do it, go ahead and pay it and let them people keep on keeping you up under their foot. Because the The word America originally applied to the Aborigines, or copper-colored races found here by Europeans. Now go pick up a penny and see what color pennies come in.
Copper, brown, baby, brown.
That's right. So they know. So where are those people at? Where are the copper-colored people at? They're not these Mongoloids, you see. That's all up. They're not these. Listen, they're not the Mongoloids in Oklahoma. Okay, they only said 2% of the people who was in the south of Oklahoma.
Wow.
2%. 2%. Not millions. They said 2% of the Indians in Oklahoma. Now, another thing, when you read Andrew Jackson said he debating on what's going to happen with the people who was in the South, right? He said, what are we going to do with the children of the woods? Is it going to be morality or is it going to be elimination? He said morality is what it's going to be. He said in the time that children will learn to pick up the plow and pick up the hoe. Now, what do you see in the 1900s? You see children out there farming cotton fields and all that, right? But no one told you that most of these farms was owned by us. My father told me his father was picking cotton for his grandfather, and they used to sell it to the mill.
Man.
But they show you these pictures, and you're like, oh, these are slaves. These are no. You was working. Why do you think black people got the last name farmer, gardener, mills? He's sharpener. These are occupations. These are not farmer. Don't you know people named farmer? Don't you know people named gardener? Don't you know people named mills? Don't you know people named Campbell? All names. Robinson is a matriotic name because a lot of women named Robin. So that's Robin's son. You understand what? So that's Jack's son. That's John's son. That's Jeffers' son. They know, man. They know we was already here, man. The people who debating it is people who still under the mind control of what they learned in these European institutions. So definitely, man. You ask the family during Thanksgiving, what tribe have you ever heard? I guarantee you, all black Americans that's on this line that's listening to this, I guarantee you, if you go ask somebody in your family what tribe of Indians what we told we had, and I guarantee you going to definitely get somebody gonna tell you something. I promise you. My name is not a Conscious one or a Hanu. I promise you. You're going to, somebody in your family is going to say, oh, we Cherokee, oh, we Blackfoot, oh, we Seminole, oh, we Gitche. They're going to say something.
I'm Blackfoot.
You whether or not you believe it or not. So I'm going to yield the mic with that, man. Brother True Power, man, thank you for definitely letting me expound upon this, man. Definitely just appreciate the work you're doing. One more, like I said, and a lot of people that was took into Haiti or Haiti came from Mississippi. They was in Mississippi, the Natchez Indians. Now, what can we link to the Natchez Indians? The Natchez Indians already was practicing voodoo. They already was speaking a form of Creole. Okay? They was already speaking a form of Creole. What happened was after the so-called Louisiana purchase, which they couldn't purchase Louisiana because no one owned it except the people who was there. So they never bought Louisiana from nobody. They can kick the French out. They was warring with the French. Yes, they was warring with the French, man. And they kicked the French out, and the French went out to Santo Domingo and took Indians, the Natchez Indians, with them. Not all of them, but they took a great number of them to that island. Now, mind you, was already Negro inhabited on the island when Columbus got here. The Dominicans, the Haiti, all of those people was already there. They just, some of them are amalgamated from the Spaniards coming in mixing in with them. So, I'm telling you, bro, in Brazil, the people that's in Brazil, the Portuguese ain't bring them there. The Portuguese came there and started mating with them. They started mixing with them. And you see it because one of the Jesuits, what happened was when after Columbus went back, when Columbus popped up and go back into Bill Spain, right? He comes back with gold, apples, all this stuff from the New World. So all these people see this stuff, all the people in Europe see it, and they like, yo, don't load the boats up. We're going to the New World. And they all came over and tried to do the same thing what Columbus did. Now, you think that these people going to stop in Africa and bring African slaves in? It makes no sense.
No.
It makes no sense. The first people who was enslaved, or what we want to call in prison, was the Pequots. The Pequots was in Massachusetts. Look up what the Pequots look like today. They are Negroes. They took the Pequots from Massachusetts to Barbados and other parts within Virgin Islands, Jamaica, and all the other places, because that's where the British had colonies at. Now, the British colonies, these are basically the trade ports, man. They was trading sugar cane. They was trading tobacco. They was trading rice. They was trading all this stuff. So who was the people they was going to get to do it? The people who landed was. Well, they were trading with them, and they have contracts.
Wow.
But what came into play was for any European that wanted to come here, they had to come here and work for 7 years and be in bondage. And they was indentured servants, man. That's why people don't even know the first people that they show you working are Indians. They working on the tobacco field to show them how to work the field. But people see them, they think they African slaves. So you could trash Ados because the vet canals do not listen. You try to tell her, just do the research, and you tell me what you come back with. She don't even want to do the research. She just shut you down and say, "Oh, I don't want to hear this about. I don't want to hear it," because you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth that we're not descendants of slaves. If anything, we are descendants of Indians who've been classified as colored. Now we Negro. Then we went to black. Now we're African American. So I don't know. People need the same people who got all this common sense. You're calling yourself black, and you know damn well you're not the color black.
Wow. And then when we think about the legal connotation. Exactly. Who put it on us?
True power. Are you the color black? You put a black? I mean,
I'm brown.
You're black.
I'm black. I'm legally, if you want, I'm the uninitiated would say, hey, he's a black guy, nappy hair and all. But I am a human being.
And we under the same mind. I know I'm using that term just to let you recognize what I'm talking about. But no one ever said, hold up, man. I'm brown. I'm not black.
Right.
My color skin is, I'm not black. I'm brown. Because black is a status, man. It's a status.
Yes, legal status. It's a legal status.
It's legal. In the legal term, it means civitia mantus. It means you are dead in the eyes of civic. Because you're not part of no nation or you're not part of nothing. You know, where do color people come from?
Copper color. I look like a penny. You put a penny on my hand, it disappears. But what we're talking about, brother, I hate to say it, it's bad for business. You know what I mean? It's bad for business.
Whether they put a sniper, where they have a sniper on the roof right now, shoot me right in my head, my brains fly out my head. Don't matter. It's gonna come out. You can't keep a lie. It's gonna come out. Our ancestors are the ones that's pushing it. So they gonna have a sniper like right down the block right now that can blow my brains out and my brains to be all over the damn floor. But guess what? They already know, and it's gonna keep coming out. It ain't just me. I'm studying the history that they got out. So it ain't me. However, there's people who know about this. If you look around, you'll find all of these black Indian nations around. Now, we know they're not black, but you will find all of these black Indian nations that already exist. But because we think we're Africans, we've been lied to, man. They didn't bring no Africans. If anything, if you want to say they did something, they imprisoned the people of the land over here, and they classified them under their jurisdiction according to the United States. We are the only Americans on this land, man. Everybody else is an immigrant. We're the only Americans. Everybody else here is a United States citizen. And this is the fact. The United States is of America. So the United States is occupying your territory. But what would it be better to do to put you under their jurisdiction, mean you under their rule, or would you be the rule and you be the people who you on my land?
But is it only your land as long as you're able to defend said land? In other words, brother, what I'm suggesting with that question is, at the moment and point in time in the 3D realm, you lose the capacity to stop another individual from taking said land. Is it still your land?
Yeah, it's still your land. Because what they did was, what did they say? They said most of America was abandoned land. And how did you abandon it? You abandoned it by claiming that you was black, nigga, or colored. They know, they already know, bro. They already know. They know this is abandoned land. They didn't take the land. They never won none of these wars in this country. They didn't beat the news. They had other Negroes with them that was helping them.
Damn.
They didn't beat. You look at the Seminole War. They did not win the Seminole War. They didn't win none of these wars with none of the indigenous people here.
Oh my gosh.
None of them. They won none, and they know it. I don't care if they listening. They know they didn't win none of these wars with them. Why do you think we win? Why do you think they needed us to go into World War II? What happened after the black military been into World War II? They started kicking ass.
Right. Start winning the war.
Prior to that, they was losing. They didn't start winning until the Negroes they let the Negroes come into the war fight. And they know it. They know it. They know it. They know it. So when we talk about all this stuff, we talk about I forgot the name that Mark always used, the people, what was the secret society people? I can't think of the name of it.
John Burke Society.
Yeah, the John Burke Society go back further than that. That's all dealing with the Knights of the Golden Circle, man.
Well, that's hold on. For the uninitiated, what Brother A1 just alluded to, the Knights of the Golden Circle was a secret society within the Confederacy. After Confederacy falls, they basically immigrate down south in the neighborhoods of Argentina, Brazil, the Caribbean, southern Mexico, Guatemala, that whole region, that whole circle, as it were. Now, that's why later on, it's very easy for Hitler to make his way down, because on a racial level, if you look at World War II, the average white male and the average Nazi really didn't have that far, ideological separate. They both believed in race, they both believed in blood, they both believed in eugenics. So it almost you wonder, why didn't America just join forces with Germany and go ahead and conquer the world? Well, kiddos, it comes out to be that in actuality, the Germans won the war in such a manner, it appeared that they lost the war.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And then what they did was, like you said, they lost the war, and then they didn't lose nothing. Why you think during Operation Paperclip, you find the Jesuits going into Argentina, going all
exactly.
South America.
You don't think those Knights of the Golden Circle didn't have a little, hey, homecoming visit? That's what I was trying to hip you out to the other day when I was talking to the brother about going to jail. When the white boy goes to jail, he has a care package waiting for him because these people already had it played out. When the Columbus showed up, there was already Catholic or Illuminati members that were over here messing with the Indians. That's why up there in America, they could find that brother that spoke perfect English, helped them to survive that winter. You guys got to understand the game's already been played out.
Hold on, you talking about Squanto.
Oh, yes, sir. I didn't want to go down because we got to end the show. We got to end the show.
Real quick. Squanto was Pequot, Wapanaki, or Nasser, Gary, or Mohi, whichever one you want to pick, which they all were the same people with just separate languages or separate so-called names for their groups, right? Now, Squanto was took into Europe in 1614. Do you know where Squanto stories was a vessel that a Spanish vessel. See, what happened was they was robbing John Hawkins and Sir Francis Drake and it's another one I'm missing, whatever. They were ship robbers. So what they used to do was sit on the coast and wait for the Spaniards, because they was warned against the Spaniards. That's how you know. Most people don't know that the British, the French, and the Spanish, they didn't get along. So anywhere when you see the French occupying that, you know that the British wasn't going to get enslaved because they was warring with them. So when they tell you about Gory Island in I think that's in Ghana or whatever, the so-called slave castle, when they tell you, 20 million people came through here, but when you do the research, they tell you, no, it was only 30,000 people, and these 30,000 people more likely work.
Man.
But yet they got black people going over there crying, Mr. Landon, no return, they fucking lying. They're lying about all this stuff. When you research Gory Island, they tell you that the English only, or the British only had Gory Island for 12 years. And that was from 16 something until like 1673. From that point after that, the French took over Gory Island. The French take over Gory Island from the 1600s and they occupied it all the way to the 1900s. So we don't speak French. We speak English for a reason. So obviously we was colonized by the English. So how was the French doing all this? And they lying, they exaggerating the stories. The stories is being exaggerated.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, I can't find no Africans coming here because the word Negro was applied to the people here. It wasn't applied to nobody else nowhere else at first. Even though that they kind of tell you, we brought Negroes from certain parts of Africa. It's all hogwash because if the Europeans seen the Moors before, they never referred to the Moors as Negroes.
No. And now
they never referred. You can't. The king of Portugal, which was the king in the 1500s with a big afro, they never referred to him as a Negro. So we know that word was applied to this continent. But then when you see that word Negro, you automatically think that the word Negro and African is the same. No, they're not the same. There was black people everywhere. There was black people in Asia. There was black people in Australia. There was black people in all the Melanesian islands, not the Solomon Islands, Melanesian, all of them South Asian islands, all of them had black people who looked just like us that had afros and everything. Solomon Islands, I forgot the other name of the people there, but it's a bunch of islands, the Fiji Islands. All of them people look just like us. Look just like us. Look just like us, okay?
Right.
The Asians went there and mixed with some of them, which should throw you off. So when you see like the Philippine people or whatever, they was originally black people. And you see all of these people, even in Hawaii, the whole continent was black until European expansion. When Europeans started expanding, the ones that
Yes, sister, I'm still here.
He said the black people is inhabitant in the earth, and it creates all civilization.
There it is.
Yes.
We created all civilization. And on that, we have to stop the show. I hate to do this, seriously, but we have to because we are basically at an hour and like 30 minutes. I want to thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show, sister, and sharing your library, your work, your words. Thank you, brother A1, for coming on as well.
Thank you, brother, man. Thank you for the work.
And I will continue this conversation off air course. All right.
No doubt. Call me, man. You got my number. You can call me, just text me or whatever. I could push you. I definitely get your conversation with Mr. Calloway, man. Just call me, bro. You can call me, like I said, if I can hook it up, I'll give him a call, tell him, like, you know what I'm saying, you definitely want to speak to him or whatever. But just you get a chance, call me offline. I can send you some documents that you'll have on your own, so you'll know. So when people be like, I can take pictures, all the pictures that they found here in America, the Negroes here, on little long-winded when it comes to it, but this information is something that is not being told to our people. We are confused. We think we're Africans when Africa is a whole continent and there's over 1,000 different so-called tribes that's here. So with that being said, research the people, ask your people, ask the people what tribe of Indians did their grandmother say they was from. Because most of all of us, our grandmothers knew we was already there. So with that being said, give me a call when you get a chance. So shout out to the sister. Thank you very much for having me, man. Peace.
All right, brother. All right. Peace. All right. Sister Count, you want to share anything with us at the end?
Yes. I learned a lot of things about United States.
Yes.
With them, and I try to do my work very, very spread in all America, because the first brother said something important. More you are, the territory is big, and more the resistance is big too. And we have to translate. We French, we have to translate a lot of books to find some information about other things. Yes. And thank you.
I just sent you the live stream. Well, this was the link to actually watch the show live, so it's kind of irrelevant at this point. But I'm definitely going to send you the link to this show in its completed form. And once again, thank you for all your work, because I recognize how much time it takes for you to do what you do. Thank you.
Yes, it's important for us because we have no information.
None.
So I learned a lot from Fidelia, from Gloria, from the man in the USA. He's a Phil Fixico.
Yes, Brother Phil Fixico. We can't not go without mentioning Brother Phil.
He sent me a lot of documents, and I translate when I can, and I do some posters. Not a lot, but try to do the essential.
Yes,
the most important. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and power.
Okay, thank you. You too. Greetings.
All right, yeah. Yes, that was a powerful, wonderful video.
Hey, pouvoir.
For all our French listeners, we're gonna start bringing you more folks from overseas, more folks from outside the United States, because we're all in this together, man. Human first. I'm done playing. Human first. By the time most of you guys recognize the real enemy of us all, it'll be too late. With that being said, this will conclude TPIM SR Live. Today's date, October 22nd, 2019, the year of our Lord. I ask you, brothers and sisters, live your life of integrity without hate, envy, and or greed. As always, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace in power, victory in unity, and dignity and respect, baby. Liberation. I'm out.